Recently in a community post, I asked you to comment your saddest songs that you've ever heard from a video game. Why? Because I want to attempt a challenge called Will This Song Make Me Cry? First up is Into the Dusk from Ace Combat 5. That didn't make me cry, but boy, Into the Dusk there, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous reinterpretation of course, that main leitmotif that we hear from the Unsung War. Piano is such a fascinating instrument because it offers so much versatility in terms of emotion that we can hear. When we play in the upper register, it's light and tender and can really bring out emotions of love and loss and beauty and pain, and I also love the slower tempo here, but no, that did not make me cry. That will be on the channel eventually though, for sure. Next up is Omori Final Duet. That's clearly a very somber song. It feels very classical and it feels very measured, and there's a dance there that's happening between the piano and the violin that's really, really, really symbolic of what appears to be twins or a brother and a sister, and I'm sure there is some form of deep loss that occurs in context. Out of context, it is a beautiful, moving, ebbing and flowing piece that's about life and love and loss, and it is touching, but it doesn't hit me in the deepest of sad spots. Omori's on my to-do list to play, certainly. I also couldn't stop thinking about this piece as a classical piece and how beautifully written this is, and how this could actually stand the test of time and could actually be played in a concert hall today, which is actually kind of amazing considering that Omori is a game from 2020. Not enough to make me cry though. This of course is Aerith's theme from Final Fantasy VII. I obviously know the context of this very much. I'm not sure it'll make me cry, but boy is it beautiful. Let's see though. That was a weird ending. Aerith's theme has this incredible capacity to like hit you right where it hurts. I think not only knowing the context of what happens to Aerith, but also for me it reminds me a lot of my childhood. First we start again, when we play in the upper piano and the upper register there, it does tug at the heartstrings in a really particular way. There's a gentility, there's an elegance, a lightness that when we feel that, we automatically get very emotional and very somber. While that doesn't make me cry, it's hard because it does remind me of a period in my life that was really blissful and peaceful. That one hurt. Next up is 14.3 billion years from Outer Wilds. Got me. You know, that song, I don't even know what it means in context. I'm too afraid to play Outer Wilds. I probably should, but I'm not ready to play it. This song, I feel like it signifies that relationship with family, and it signifies my dad in a lot of ways because of the instruments and the way that it's so natural sounding. It's stripped away of any like artifice. It's pure. It's simple. It's just a couple instruments. And I think something about having that be so pared down just hits me. My dad was a guitarist and a bass player, and this song to me reminds me of the journey that we go on through life, and then we arrive at a chapter. There's that moment of stillness in the track where it's a little bit like we hear ambient noise, and then we shift into this big, almost heroic sound quality. And I think that that represents like when something bad happens and we pick ourselves up and we keep going. And that's the beauty of this music, is that it doesn't have to be accurate, but it has to be what I felt. And in that case, that's what I felt. And I felt like the latter half of this track is where my life has gone since my dad has passed, and the gifts and the blessings that I've received from my dad and from life, happiness that I never thought that I could ever have again. It's such a beautiful piece. Hopefully that doesn't keep up, because I can't cry for like 20 minutes. This is Last Voyage from Spiritfarer. I really appreciate the call and response in this piece. If you're starting to notice a trend, we're using the upper half of the piano, we're using the higher strings here. We're using notes that are higher, and I mentioned this before, but that is for the effect of creating a feeling of love and lightness. We don't use a lot of heft or weight when we are listening to tracks that are meant to bring us to our knees, to make us feel deep personal emotions. This is all about lightness and love. We started with the piano in a very certain way. Then we moved into the orchestral part that was basically copying what we had heard in the piano, this call and response of the melody. And then we moved into the piano again with that recapitulation of that main theme. And it was so elegant and so simple and really, really beautiful. But it did not make me cry, but it was very touching and very tender. Next up is Halo ODST Rain, Deliverance for Darkness. That track really surprised me because there's a lot of Halo that I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the game or with the music. And so hearing this track, which was very, very, very tender and very heartfelt in a gut-wrenching, why are things happening this way sort of way, especially when we use the saxophone and when we use cascading rhythmic pattern. It's a very much almost like a jazz standard, and it's lovely. And despite being somber, it is also incredibly vibrant. And there are a bunch of little sections here that make you feel like, man, we're really at a loss. Where can we go from here? And that saxophone is actually in a treble range that would be for the higher voiced male. And so it actually almost sounds like a male sound quality there. Maybe it represents Master Chief, maybe it represents soldiers that have lost their lives along the way, but there is a inherent warmth within that saxophone that's very, very, very lovely. Now, it didn't make me cry, no, but it was very beautiful. A Life Overflowing from Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Ooh, I was this close. That was so incredibly powerful. Whew. That melody and those intertwining rhythms and melody with the piano and with, I believe, the cello or the viola in combo there really struck a nerve with me, and it was incredibly powerful, and it had both this incredible quality of hope everlasting mixed with this incredibly poignant feeling of absolute loss and the impossibility that things will ever be able to be the same as they were. It just felt like you were sitting there on the floor, like looking around, like thinking like, this is it. This is not going to be better. We're not going to have a new life after this. This is it. And there was some hope sprinkled in there, so it didn't bring me all the way to tears. It wasn't like desperation at the bottom level. Maybe we'll be okay, but I don't know, will we? And it's almost like the happy moments in this song, the moments when the piano took over with the orchestra and we were guided into this major stuff. It almost felt like, well, maybe it's more like asking a question. Is there a possibility that things couldn't be bad? But probably not. It took me out because I was listening to it and analyzing it. Unfortunately, it's become a habit now, but it was really powerful. Whew, that was a good one. I was very close there to just feeling like letting it all come out. Let's listen to Final Fantasy XIV's Flow.
Welcome and well met, my brave little spark. How long you've wandered, burned bright as a star. Oh, I have awaited you patiently all this time. Past every fate, now sing with me once more. Share of your life, far greater than memory. Its loss and love words cannot hold. Boundless the tale overflows and carries your Lord out to sea. Remember the rain, near and far beloved, each drop a blessing from heavens above, and how as time flowed on those waters became one, streams, rivers, and lakes reaching for the horizon, and far beyond they carry onward, however changed with each brief reflection, by setting sun, by storms wake, till welcomed home to gentle sea, sinking deeper and deeper in calm embrace, loving tides sweeping and bear you down. Should you meet a soul rising surface space, with your unbeating heart wish them well. Deep, dark, far away, I have heard your voice, wait your every choice. Now our hands join round the meaning you sought. I'll catch your tears
Well, aside from Luna barking in that particular piece, I mean, that gets me every time. It's such a incredibly poignant, powerful piece. I think it's a combo of many, many things. I think the piano, as we've discovered through a lot of these pieces, but also the words are incredibly powerful. And for people that have lost someone that they love, this idea of seeing the person that has passed and that they've been sort of guiding you along in a really deeply symbolic piece of lyrics there that are written, it inevitably makes you feel this incredible feeling of hope and loss, and it's just like such a weight of sadness. This is the first song that I listened to that helped me start to really, at the time that I heard it, heal from the loss of my dad. And in this particular piece, it just like hits me. Hush, love, close your eyes. In dreams, in sleep, abide from sun's distant light. Echoes around. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's just so powerful. That piano, these piano pieces, man, they're really powerful. We're going to be doing a part 2 of this because I'm a masochist. All right, well, thanks so much for watching. This will be part 1 of listening to the saddest video game songs in an effort to see if they will make me cry. I think we only were able to achieve that with about 3. Thanks for sticking it out. I hope to see you later. Feel free to like, subscribe. There's links in the About section if you want to support the channel. And as always, thanks a ton. And thanks for coming to listen to video game music with me. See you later. Bye.